Hello everyone, welcome back to Nandhuz EQTY. You might have heard a term called foreverstock, meaning you buy a stock, you never sell it, or you continue to accumulate it. So today we are going to see whether PowerGrid qualifies to be a forever stock. Let's get into the video. PowerGrid was established in 1989 and it is a linchpin in India's power sector. As the largest electric power transmission and distribution company, it owns an impressive 85% share of the overall interstate transmission network, carrying a substantial portion of the nation's power generation. This strategic positioning ensures that its services remain indispensable regardless of the economic cycle or market cycle, whatever you look at, and it is a clear moat and monopoly. PowerGrid enjoys the solid backing of Government of India, holding a majority stake of 51.34%. The Government Association provides financial stability and underscores its importance in fulfilling the nation's energy needs. This is one of the strongest PSUs of India, and of course everything related to power distribution depends on this company. PowerGrid has quite a diversified revenue stream. Like it has transmission charges contribute the major portion, like 89%, consultancy services account for 1.2%, and telecom operations make up 1.8%, and it also has other sources that contribute to 7%. Well, PowerGrid's core business is electric power transmission and distribution. The company has strategically diversified its operations. From consultancy services to telecom, PowerGrid has intelligently expanded its portfolio. The company's foray into promoting EV, the electric mobility through EV charging stations, demonstrate its adaptability to emerging trends. EV theme definitely to this stock adds more immense value as a small investor. PowerGrid's role in the development of India's power sector is not just acknowledged, it is a fundamental aspect of the nation's energy security. Owning a vast network of transmission lines, substations, and transformation capacity, PowerGrid ensures the smooth flow of power from generation centers to consumption hubs, making it indispensable to the nation's growth. Beyond its core operations, PowerGrid engages in socially responsible initiatives. The company's involvement, as we already saw about EV charging stations, aligns with the global shift towards sustainable practices. By actively participating in the electric mobility revolution, PowerGrid showcases its commitment to environmental responsibility and technological advancement. PowerGrid's innovative approach to monetize its assets through the listed infrastructure investment trust adds a layer of financial prudence. By unlocking value from transmission business on a capital efficient basis, PowerGrid ensures a steady stream of capital for future expansion projects. Let me explain, if you have not got, what is this InvIT strategy of PowerGrid. So PowerGrid decided to let other users also use some of its infrastructure. In return, they get some more revenue money out of those sharing. So PowerGrid uses that money for new projects. This whole process is called the InvIT monetization strategy. Like it's a smart way for PowerGrid to share and make money from its important infrastructure. As we have already seen, PowerGrid has supreme infrastructure, especially for transmission in India. Let's have a deeper dive into PowerGrid's fundamentals and technicals. So PowerGrid has a huge market capital, more than 2,24,000, and it's currently available at 241, high being 245 and low being 153. So it's definitely at all-time high price. And stock PE is 14.6 versus industry PE 18.5, quite cheaper compared to its industry ratio. And its PEG ratio shows 0.56, which is quite positive from an overall price to earning growth. And its book value is 93.4, and from that perspective it is not cheaper, and its intrinsic value also, that's why it's only at 158. So it has a very impressive dividend yield 4.59 and return on capital being at 13.1, return on equity being 19.6, which is really good. earning per share is also quite decent at 16.5. It has consistent revenue growth, strong operating efficiency and healthy return ratios make it an attractive choice for investors, especially small investors seeking stability in their portfolios. The current dividend yield at 4.59 that we saw really adds to its appeal for income-oriented investors. From a technical analysis perspective, this has been going on a long bull run, whether you take it from 1 year, 5 year or all time from the time it got listed in 2007, and from that time it has been going in terms of a very long bull run. And currently also you can see it is at overbought zone. Both last year and this year it has come to this overbought zone, and there is definitely a technical correction anticipated any time, so you should be very careful in terms of trading this particular stock. We should also look at some of its cons. The stock is trading at 2.58 times its book value, and definitely not cheaper from that perspective, and currently close to its all-time high and also in the overbought zone. So there are a lot of chances that it might come down from an overall peak, and it might correct for a shorter period of time when the market trend changes. The company has also delivered a poor sales growth for about 5 years at 8.76%, and that is definitely something that we need to understand. These companies like PowerGrid, they are quite service oriented to all citizens of India and organizations of India. So they cannot be highly revenue and profit focused, but they are service focused. So that's the reason these kind of companies, their sales growth cannot go very high, and this itself is quite decent from that perspective. However, the way the government is focusing, improving its power infrastructure, this company will grow multifold. We have seen both fundamental and technical aspects of PowerGrid. It's very clear that PowerGrid's stability and strategic importance to India's infrastructure development, coupled with its robust financial performance, make it definitely a forever stock in the Indian market. Investors seeking a blend of safety and growth often find PowerGrid a very reliable choice in their portfolio. As the nation continues to focus on energy security and sustainable practices, PowerGrid's significance is only expected to grow, reinforcing its position as a cornerstone in long-term investment portfolios. And I should definitely say, if the same company would have been a private organization in India, the price won't be available in the current like 240 plus. It would have been 24,000. You can definitely understand. So we have seen much smaller companies, their share prices 100 times more than these kind of companies. While I cannot really compare apple to oranges, the analogy that I am trying to explain is some of the PSU companies, especially the share price, are quite undervalued because for a long time investors have never shown interest in buying, except some of the large organizations or institutional investors and small investors. Generally there is no hot trend in terms of PSU stocks, but I am seeing in the recent times this has changed a lot, and a lot of people showing interest in PSU companies. And my pick would be like PowerGrid, Coal India, those kind of companies would be the top picks among the existing PSUs. Kind disclosure is that this is one of my core portfolio stock and I hold it for a long time. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Click the like button if you find this video to be useful. Thank you.